the RIOT Podcast, Tuesday, January 17th edition. Thanks for tuning in and checking out the show.
Hopefully everybody
you'll like it.
Yeah, hopefully everybody had a no podcast day yesterday since we were off from the show.
Right, hopefully you didn't want them to listen to the podcast?
Well, no, but you got a break. I know a lot of people, okay, it's weird. Some of you guys are like way behind.
Uh-huh.
Like you'll hear this in 2 years from now.
Yeah, that's right.
A good day for y'all to catch up.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's ever bad if you have a day to catch up for it.
Yeah, but then that's not what I want, though. I want people that are obsessed.
Every day you have to listen to it first. Yeah,
multiple times. It's all you do. It
I want you guys to come to us for news. Like you have to hear it from us first, and that's weird.
Hold on. I can't watch the football games from last night. I need to hear the Riots take on them first. Yeah. I can't watch any ESPN until I see what the Riot thinks.
Well, we're ready to tell you what we think.
Yeah.
So today during the show, we talked about loud quitting instead of quiet quitting and how you can do that in your very own workplace.
But I don't know if we encourage it, though. Actually, no.
I do encourage. I think it'd be funny.
I encourage it with a grain of salt.
No, because in our mind, when you hear loud quitting, you're literally thinking of someone like screaming in the office, like, that's it, I quit, I'm out of here. But it's not.
That's just quitting.
That's just quitting.
That's just having a breakdown.
That is exactly. That's a whole other type of quitting. That's breakdown quitting. Instead, this is more like you're actually being vocal instead of quiet quitting, which is just stop doing things. Be very quiet about it. This is more like you're being vocal to your workplace that you're considering or starting to look somewhere else, that sort of stuff.
Maybe it should be called vocal quitting.
That's good too.
Vocal quitting.
Yeah.
That is.
Or just vocalizing your angers is what it sounds like to me.
Or loud negotiating.
No, you're supposed to bottle it in.
Yeah, don't let anybody know that you hate it here.
Put your head down and
work.
let the
Just
company
keep it going.
control your life.
Yeah, we talked about that. We also touched on some go-to airplane snacks and which ones we prefer to take on the flight with us.
Yeah. What did you think about M&Ms for a plane snack?
I'm not a big M&M guy in general, so for me that would be a no.
What about peanut M&Ms?
Peanut M&Ms.
Still a no. I just don't really like M&Ms.
A big bag. Well, okay, someone else texted in. Someone said peach rings, which I thought was good.
What?
I love peach rings.
Someone else said trail mix, because I think trail mix is good because then you get a little of the good fat.
A little sweet, salty.
Little sweet and salty, and then you get some candy with it. So you could have M&Ms and a trail mix.
See, I think it just depends when you're on the flight. I always lean sweet more than salty because more than likely you're only going to have so much liquid while you're on
you're
there.
going to get a little thimble of a drink.
And so that's why the pretzels are a dangerous snack for them to even hand out. They hand you those hoping that you'll be like, can I get some more Sprite? Can I buy a bottle of water?
And it really, you're right, though. It does depend on where you're traveling, like how far your flight is, what your seat situation's like, before you go figuring out what you can have to eat or drink.
Yeah, I'm with you on all of that. The pretzels, that it really feels like a slap in the face when Southwest gives you those. You look at them and you're like,
and now they try to throw 3 or 4 bags at you, like that's going to make
right.
Like as if those
like the problem was I was going through the first one so fast.
It's crazy that they even if it was like something like a better pretzel, like even like the honey mustard pretzels, that would be better than for them to hand me those plain pretzels
but it's
that
gotta
nobody
be plain
wants.
because it has to be the entire plane. A good majority would enjoy it, and I think we would just enjoy something that would probably not be appreciated
by everybody.
And so then they would just hear nothing but complaints.
That is true. I don't know what they could hand out that would appease everyone.
No,
Money.
Biscoffs.
Biscoffs.
I'm all over the place today, but I need to go back to something you said, honey mustard pretzels.
Yeah.
I have a bag of Snyder's of Hanover
those
honey
are
mustard.
the best.
They're so
They're
good,
real good.
right? The problem is I ate them on Thursday night, and I brushed my teeth several times since then, and I can still taste
Still
it.
taste it now?
Yeah. It's still on my fingers. It's still...
It's powerful.
This was from Thursday?
Yeah.
Jeez, it's only been 4 days.
It sticks around, yeah.
It's a full week's
that
worth.
That really sticks around.
So-
the honey mustard and onion, I think the onion is the problem.
So what you're saying is you're glad because you finally bought a product that lived up to the hype.
Yes.
You ate them all, and the flavor was actually there.
I didn't eat them all. It was a family-sized bag. So would you like it?
No, I don't need it.
No?
I don't need it. I don't need any more snacks in my house.
It'll stick with you, though.
I know. Well,
eat a few, and it'll be...
I don't
Feed
want
a
to
man
smell
a
like that
Snyder's
for
of
a week.
You'll have a new smell about you. You'll be like, hey, this onion mustard guy.
I don't want to smell like that for an entire week.
Give a man a pretzel, and he'll taste it for a day. Give a man a honey mustard and onion, Snyder's of Hanover pretzel, and he'll taste it for a lifetime.
Do you think it's going through your skin then? Because sometimes you like sweat out stuff.
He's secreting it right now. He does look a little bit more. He does look kind of golden this morning.
Yeah.
He came in. He looks a little tan.
Look a little sweaty.
Yeah.
No, that's where that smell's been all morning. It's been Hudson.
You make hot dogs at
secreting
lunch and
honey
you rub the
mustard.
buns on you.
Yeah.
Well, is that it then?
I think so. Let's
got
end
the
on
food
that
fight.
note.
Oh, yeah, food fights. Make sure you check that out. That's why we even started talking about plain snacks. And you can find that on the RadioU RIOT Facebook page or YouTube channel.
We tried the Biscoff collection from Krispy Kreme, their collab that they did. So if you go to the video before, or if you go to RadioU RIOT on Facebook or our YouTube channel, subscribe while you're there, and then you can watch the food fight before or after this podcast.
All right. I think that's enough of us.
Okay.
Except for the
guys.
whole rest of the podcast.
Bye.
It's the riot.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
It's football headlines. Isaiah's kind enough to join us for this segment. Number one, there was 6 games over the weekend, NFL games. We don't have to spend a lot of time on all
Playoff stuff?
6, so I tried to. I tried to hit what I thought was the most important or most interesting. Number one, Chargers charger away a 27-point lead to Jags. That's the Jaguars. You ever heard of chargering?
Chargering?
Yeah. It's a new thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hudson just started it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, is it
Coined
really a
by
new thing?
himself.
No, yeah. It is. It's basically where you're set up for success. Everything looks like it's going well, and then somehow you screw it up. That's what the Chargers do.
Because the
They
Jags beat out the Chargers.
They didn't just beat them. They were down 27-0, and somehow they came back and won. How many interceptions was it? I say
It was 4 thrown in the first half.
interceptions in
Oh
the
my
first
by
half.
Trevor Lawrence, and then somehow the Chargers just completely
Blew
gave the
it.
game away.
They chargered it.
Well, you want to give all the credit to the Jags, like, hey, you guys did an
Yeah, they
amazing
turned it
comeback.
around.
But it also seems like the Chargers just fell apart.
They just
Yeah.
they completely blew it. I think it's 100% on the Chargers. Like, they had the game. They were pretty much destroying the Jaguars. I had previously picked the Jaguars to, or the Chargers to go to the Super Bowl. I felt really good the first half. I was like, wow, look at me. What a great pick. I look so smart. And then they blew it, and now they blew it for me as well.
Yeah, that wasn't your only L you took over the weekend.
That
though,
was one of 2 L's that I took.
Number 2.
I picked almost every
2
game.
out of 6 is not bad.
Yeah.
That's
not
not
bad. Number 2 also happens to be one that I got wrong. Giants trample Vikings 31-24.
Oh, you wanted the Vikings?
Yeah.
I wanted the Vikings to win. Unfortunately, they did what they always do and just performed badly in the playoffs. They could not do it.
Listen, Kirk Cousins has a strict 6 p.m. bedtime.
Oh, no.
Hey, Kirk didn't even play bad. I'll give it to him. He wasn't even the reason they lost. I think it was for sure the defense, but I will say the final play of the game, that was just like the most baby throw
because
I've ever seen.
he was
Does he
supposed
not
to
play
be
well
tucked
after
in
a
tight
certain
in the
point?
sleep.
Yeah, he just gets nervous or something. He played good all game long.
Yeah.
Like, he went like 31-39, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, like 300 yards. But just when it comes down to that final drive, he just can't put him in a position to win the game. He gets a little bit nervous.
The old thing about Kirk Cousins is he plays really well in games that start at 1 p.m.,
Yeah.
but
Maybe he needs to work on his stamina or something.
Yeah, well, he's a big routine guy apparently. So I don't know. Again, I don't know what his routine is, but it seems like his routine has him going to bed before a game. Like if you have a game starting at 4:30, he starts to get a little cranky.
A little tired.
Yeah, by the end of the game because
Well,
he's not used to being
Vikings-
up so late.
It's the Vikings, right?
Yeah.
Vikings, what you do then is you have your daytime quarterback. And then you
Yeah,
have another,
nighttime.
like a nighttime quarterback who's a little bit better at that.
Yeah, you got to, or maybe get Kirk a nap
Yeah.
at halftime or something like that. But I don't know. As a Packers fan, as a football fan, I hate Kirk Cousins because I don't like knowing that he's just going to lose these games. But as a Packers fan, I do like Kirk Cousins. I hope the Vikings never get rid of him. Finally, this was last night. Cowboys crush touchdown Tom despite 4 missed extra points.
So the Cowboys I kept seeing this morning, everybody was really talking bad about. Is it the kicker?
Yeah.
Who kept missing how many of the
He
kicks?
missed 4 extra points in a row. Like, that's
And
never
they
been
still
done
win.
before.
He missed one in the previous games. He went
Yeah.
5 straight extra. Well, he did finally nail one at the end. It's a good situation to be in that you had the opportunity to kick 5 extra points. It means you got a lot of touchdowns. And the
Let's not
Cowboys,
trample on the Cowboys, though. They need their deal. Like, everybody said the Buccaneers were going to win, except for me. But move along. The Cowboys, good for them beating out Tom Brady. Tom looked so washed last night; it was ridiculous.
So is he
looked terrible.
done? Like, is that it for all his
It
games?
should be. If he plays another one, I don't know.
That's
I
it
think
for
he
the
needs to be
season?
done.
I doubt it. He doesn't have a family anymore. What else is he going to do?
But he doesn't. He's not good anymore, though. Like he's just not good.
First off,
Well, nobody's-
Hudson, that's a really harsh comment.
I know we're just trampling on Tom. I'm like he sucks. Hudson's like he doesn't have a family.
His family's still there. They're just in a different dynamic at
He's
this
got-
point.
He can still be a dad. He can just retire and hang out with his kids. He still has kids.
We've talked about this before. They're like 14. They don't care what, like, they couldn't, they're too busy looking at their phones. They don't want to deal with it.
They don't want to hang out with their dad.
And they've got millions of dollars. They can go
You're right.
anywhere.
You're right.
They don't care
You know
about
what?
him.
No money in the world replaces a father, Hudson. Clearly.
But no, he doesn't have much else going on.
So he's just continue just trampling on the Buccaneers. They can just keep going 500.
I don't think he's going to stick with the Buccaneers. And I think last night the Cowboys look great, which I would never expect to say this about a Mike McCarthy coach team, but they really seem to outcoach the Buccaneers. And I think touchdown Tom doesn't want to put up with that anymore. He's going to wind up somewhere else.
I don't know who's going to put up with
Not
that kind of
Tampa
play.
Bay. I think he's going to go back, come back somewhere next year and make the playoffs because that's what he always does.
So those were the main games?
Yeah, the other games, I mean, I will say, last night upset me because given the entire rest of the weekend, we had such a great run of games, and the Jaguars game set you up of like, oh, no game is over. Any other game that went the way last night's game was, we would have been in bed at halftime. But because it was Tom Brady,
You don't
because the
wanna
rest of
miss
the weekend was so
something
good, you're like,
out.
yeah, he's still got a chance. You can't write him off. And then, oh, you could write him off last night. That was rough. So, but a good week of football, nonetheless, and looking forward to more games.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
Big news for our Jimmy John's freaks out
Oh,
there.
yeah. I like Jimmy John's.
You do?
I do. I do the unwitches, like
The onion sandwiches.
well, there's no onions.
never gets old.
I know, but it's got the lettuce instead of the bread, and I like it.
They should call it a non-witch.
They have a
That'd make
marketing
more
thing,
sense.
so I think they spend enough money. They're not changing it.
Yeah, well, they should have asked me because I think it's really confusing to many people still to this day, whether it's an onion sandwich or
It's an
whatever it
unwitch,
actually
yes.
is. But Nikki, maybe this will work out for you. Would you like a free Jimmy John's chips beanbag chair?
Oh, why are they making
That sounds
these?
like you don't want one.
I don't know. Well, I'm looking at a picture.
I thought you were a Jimmy John's freak.
And I do have like a beanbag thing at home. I got it at Costco a while ago. But now my dogs just use it.
Okay, so you need one for you.
I could use one for me. It seems like these are going to be for rewards members, or how are they doing it?
You got to show off your Jimmy John's freak flag. You got to let it fly by trying, eating, at least ordering all 25 Jimmy John's core menu sandwiches between now and March 15th.
Then are
of
you
this
registered
year.
to win, or can you, everybody gets them?
It says that if you just do it, I think you just get one.
Oh, I bet you. Okay. You ready? You want to know the real pain in the butt about beanbag chairs?
Yeah.
A lot of times they're not actually filled. And so you're probably getting.
Oh, no.
You're going to get the beanbag, outer part. And then I bet you have to fill it yourself.
Let's see. The way this works is what they're trying to promote is even if you can't get the beanbag chair by getting all 25 sandwiches between now and March 15th, which if you have enough money and you really want one of these
Oh,
things.
people could do that.
Yeah, it's very doable. You could do that in one day.
There's 100 of them up for grabs. So it's a first come, first win
you
sort of thing.
That's right. That's what it is. But you could still walk away with some pretty sweet prizes because Jimmy John's is doing this to announce the addition of achievement badges to their Freaky Fast Rewards program.
So you win an achievement badge if you complete this challenge.
Right. But there's other achievement badges you can earn even if you don't get through all 25 sandwiches in the necessary time frame. They call that the gauntlet.
Nice.
You could still hit other achievements which would earn you other rewards along the way, which is mostly probably more sandwiches.
Well, I guess, if you want to, you just have to be fast because you have to get all
You gotta
of
be
the
freaky
25,
fast.
so that way you can be getting one of the 100 ones. I'm trying to see if there's any other. I'm going through the terms and conditions.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds fun. to go through the terms. Like, we wouldn't do this for normal things, but we don't want to lead you astray.
I just want to see if it covers, like, if the beanbag is actually, you get a supply of beanbag chairs valued at $250.
Whoa.
There's 100 of them that are available, and I guess that's all they really cover.
Sounds like if it's $250 for the chair, 25 sandwiches, so the sandwich is $10 each, you think?
Yeah, probably.
So it's about, that evens out, actually. This is a smart, from a money perspective, you're getting $25 or $250 worth of sandwiches and a $250 chair.
And you're decorating
for the
your
price
house.
of just one $250.
Can you imagine this in your living room?
You walk in and people know one thing about you right off the rip.
You're eating a lot of Jimmy John's.
You're a Jimmy John's freak, and then they can judge you based off of that.
Cute.
Yeah, it's a fun idea. So get on that if you're a big Jimmy John's fan, or you just really like beanbag chairs.
Now,
this
if
is
you
your chance.
were willing to not sit on it, how amazing would it be if it was full of potato chips?
Oh, I doubt that'd be very comfortable.
It would not, and you could eat out of it, but
and
that
you know
would
what
be,
happened?
That'd be a big promotion.
You know what happens with potato chip bags too? If you like sat on it,
What?
the top would pop, and then
And then they come out
it'd
everywhere.
just be a mess. So, but there it is, the new Freaky Fast Rewards program, achievement badges from Jimmy John's.
Fun idea.
Yeah.
This is the Riot. Radio U.
Quiet quitting was a big term in 2022, right? But now quiet quitting is old news. Even on Friday, Isaiah and I thought we found the replacement for quiet quitting, which is just quitting without giving 2 weeks notice.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you just don't even show up. We said we're not huge fans of that, right?
But that didn't have a term, did it?
No term
It has
for
a
that.
hashtag. The hash week is no 2 week notice.
Yeah.
But this actually could be the new replacement for quiet quitting instead. Loud quitting.
Oh, no.
That's the best thing you come up with.
It's
right.
not
Loud
him.
quitting.
They say you start grumbling about not having the best office time. You start, instead of like you would normally be quiet if you were trying to find another job somewhere, you start being loud about it. So it's not like you quit and just yell on your way out.
Yeah.
It's just about being more vocal that you are quitting soon.
It's really about trying to play mind games and squeezing the company for money, which is what we usually, at least I usually recommend, is take the company for every last dollar they're worth on your way out the door. If you're going to quit, but you don't have that next job lined up yet, but you're now this is something important. You have to be real confident in your standing with the company. You can't be doing
that
this.
they want to keep you?
Yeah.
You can't be doing this if you're worthless to the company.
You can't have quiet quitted and then pivot to loud quitting. It's
Yeah.
probably not going to go well for you.
Well, loud quitting can be a way to try to get your employer to back off you maybe a little bit, give you some more money, that sort of stuff. So it doesn't mean you actually really want to quit. It just means you're being vocal about it. And if they do call you on it and they don't extend something to make you stay, then you have to be willing to go through the risk.
Sounds like a very manipulative tactic that we're doing here.
It does. It's mind games.
It is mind games.
It's where you're trying to. You and the employer are trying to call each other's
It's
bluff.
a standoff.
What is it
It
when
is.
you drive at each other and the first
Yes.
one who...
You're playing chicken.
You're
Yeah,
playing
you're playing
chicken.
chicken at that point.
But the tough thing is, and this is again where you have to be real confident in where you stand with the company, because just like we always say, like the company has no feelings and they would just fire you. That's why this is risky, because they have no feelings. They could be like, we'll get a replacement. So that's why you have to really know. You have to know if you're going to go ahead and loud quit that the company really wants you there. But if they really wanted you there, why are you quitting?
Why are they
You
treating
know?
you this way anyway?
Yeah.
If they really wanted you. So clearly they don't want you. If I had to guess.
Goal. All right. So then you're out.
Yeah, but at least you'll get some attention and cause some headlines around,
Well, that's the only
some
thing
murmurs around the company on
That's
your
the
way
only
out
thing
the
I
door.
kind of feel bad about, because we don't work in corporate America. So, like, we don't know how it is to really have a lot of workers around you. But it must be not nice. Like, quiet quitting was probably nice because there wasn't a lot of noise being made.
Yeah,
But for the
and then
loud
it's just a lot of
quitting-
work not getting done.
I know, but now there'll be a lot of not a lot of work getting done on, and they're going to be loud about it.
And someone's going to be annoying in the office.
Yeah.
I actually kind of want somebody to start loud quitting here. I think it'd be kind of funny if we had a little bit of drama in here.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look, Nene's really upset. And, like, I think it would make for good entertainment for everybody
always
else.
up for some good workplace gossip, you know?
Little
And
drama.
this would feed that for sure.
But see,
yeah.
again, we're not big enough to have a lot of drama too much. So
Because there's only, like, a couple people
I
that
mean,
can
our
make
drama was just
Right.
that everybody keeps throwing away Isaiah's food in the fridge. That's all we get.
I got loud there. I was loud quitting there for a hot second.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
Of course, Biscoff's famous for being handed out on airplanes.
I think it was always Delta.
Delta, American, United caused a big stir in 2020 when they took them away for a brief time, replaced it with Oreo Thins. And you know what? People were not having that.
I loved this one airline guy when I was younger because he gave me a big coffee cup and he made a bouquet of Biscoff cookies because I asked for a few extra.
Yeah.
And he brought me all of them. I just remember that was a core memory, which is sad.
Which is sad.
Yeah, I guess that is a little bit. But it raises the question. Let's say you're going on a flight and they're not going to hand you out Biscoffs, or that's not going to fill you up. What is the best snack for a flight? Like
that you can bring on or that they give you?
Well, I mean,
You're bringing it on, right?
Yeah, because they don't unless they give you Biscoffs, they don't give you good snacks. They give you kind bars and nuts, or that was the old thing.
Some sort of pretzel cheesy
or
blend.
pretzel. Yeah, it's nothing good. So
Yeah.
otherwise, you have to purchase it on the flight for $20,000.
Well-
so what would you bring on if you could bring on any snack?
What you should do
What's the
is, you know, the
ideal?
people that do the food prep like on the weekends?
Yes.
And you make like a little snack box.
Yeah.
So I've seen a couple where they'll bring out like a cooler on the plane.
Yeah.
And you're
I
there with
remember.
nothing. And they've got like cheeses and salamis and crackers and all that stuff. I think it's
They've got a whole charcuterie board over there.
Yes,
I
that's
remember
an excellent idea.
seeing pictures a while ago. We talked about it on the show. The people that had they had like a whole crab boil or whatever, like on
yeah.
the lobsters and everything. Oh, it looked good.
Or you
But-
bring in like you have to eat your protein, so like shredded chicken.
Oh,
yeah. But what is something that something easy to bring in a carry-on bag? It'll get through security. I think you want something that's not going to be messy, right? Because
Yeah.
it's difficult to clean up on a plane. That's what makes for a great airplane snack. Anything else you add to the checklist?
See, I think that for me, my go-to airplane snack is definitely Twizzlers. Always has been.
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers, it's easy. It's also
It does
like
check all the boxes.
they're odorless too. If there's one thing, if you're gonna bring something on the plane, it better be odorless because if there's any smell to it, then you're
What
doing
are you
a
talking about,
disservice to everybody else.
My salami snack box.
Yes, and
is elite.
I like the pepperoni, I like the salami and stuff. But if you get something on there that has a strong scent,
Yeah.
that's gonna be bothersome to other people. Even if it's not like a crazy bad scent, it doesn't matter what it is. For somebody on the plane, they're probably gonna hate it.
Yeah, that's true. That rules Cheetos out because they
Yeah,
usually you
that's
pop
just
that
too
bag.
messy.
Yeah, right. You're gonna
Get the fingers going.
yeah, you can't have that. The Twizzlers, that's a good one.
Twizzlers
That
are my
actually could
mom's
work.
go-to, so we always had those whenever we would fly. And so for me now, always Twizzlers. And then if I'm gonna do like a second one, it would be combos for me.
Combos. Nikki, you got anything good?
No, I think the snack pack, or like I like sometimes a plain ruffle.
Snack
Oh,
pack?
a plain
Yeah, like if I
ruffle.
bring cheese and
Oh, I thought you were talking
salami.
about the pudding.
No,
I
oh
thought
my
that'd be a
gosh,
weird
though.
choice.
That'd be an odd choice for the plane.
Yeah.
I think they might take that through security. Does that count as liquid?
So
I
they
think
can
it
eat it
does.
themselves.
Yeah.
Mark's just texted in. Mark says pistachios.
See, that's good,
Ooh.
but I think you run the risk with too much mess with certain nuts unless they're shelled already. So you got to buy the shelled
and what if you're
ones.
sitting beside somebody who's allergic?
Yeah, for the nut
The nuts?
allergies.
It could actually happen. Then maybe you get moved up to a better seat. Or
And you
maybe
get put in
they
the
do.
first class.
Yeah, right.
But they just take your nuts, I
in the
guess.
no nut section.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, I actually, now that we've gone through all this, I don't know what my go-to snack would be.
I think it's a lot of times you have more of a go-to beverage
Mm-hmm.
because that's what you can get consistently usually on a flight.
Yeah.
It just depends on if they give you a snack anymore.
Yeah, I usually go with coffee. On a
That's
plane.
your go-to is coffee?
You're not supposed to, man. They say that's the grossest.
That's dangerous.
Because of the water.
I don't. Right. The coffee, it's warm. It cooks out all the bacteria.
Mine's like Sprite. I'm just getting, it's either a water or a Sprite for me.
You got to have it out of the can for safety purposes.
I I'm fine with the coffee. It's never served me wrong so far.
You're still here. You're
Yeah,
good.
I'm still going strong. But if you've got a good airplane snack, 8772 Radio, you can text it in.
The Riot Radio U.
These days, it seems like everybody is constantly on TikTok, and the whole world is always talking about it. But I have at least one place where you can be completely safe from all of the influence of TikTok, and it is a Waffle House in Atlanta.
That's where you can be safe?
That's where you can be safe. Ironically, making the rounds on TikTok is a sign posted at an Atlanta area Waffle House that simply says, this is a handwritten sign they posted above the register, order from the menu. We are not, 3 underlines, making 2 underlines. Anything you saw on TikTok.
You know why? No place has like the extra work right now, like the workers. And nothing's worse than you're just trying to run your shift or you're trying to make the food.
Yeah.
And then everybody comes in and wants additions or something different and makes everything last a little bit longer. No one has the manpower to make that not be a problem.
Yeah, well, it comes down to, I saw like in the comments, somebody said, so the internet is giving them more business and they don't want it just because it means more people will come in, which how many more people really? It doesn't mean that it's worth the trouble, the hassle that it is to make some of this nonsense. For example, well, listen to this. This is, here's one of the Waffle House TikTok menu hacks. It is a bacon cheeseburger on a waffle bun with a side of pickles. That's not even that wild,
That's
actually.
not too hard.
But that's the type of thing that this particular Waffle House, again, this is only one. It's not every Waffle House, but this particular Waffle House says they aren't going to make anything like that. They say also, talking of that bacon cheeseburger served on a waffle bun with a side of pickles.
Sounds good, doesn't it? Not the pickles, but the rest of the stuff.
They say it's with the hashtag, like whoever posted it, it was a pregnant woman, pregnancy cravings.
There's the pickles.
Yeah, but here's something I don't understand about pregnancy cravings.
Okay, you're veering off, but that's fine.
How can you crave something you've never had?
No, it's supposed to be combinations of stuff.
How can you crave that if you've never had it? But like if you've never comboed
your mind's
those
a bad place, all right? Your mind just says, I bet you this would taste good together. I have to try it.
And that's a pregnancy thing?
I would think so.
Sometimes that happens to me. But it's not a craving, though.
Do you need to
It's just an
make
idea.
sure you're not
it's just
pregnant?
a thought. Yeah, maybe I need to take a test.
I just think, again, they don't have like, what was the one for the last few weeks? Chipotle's been in one.
Oh, now you're going to make me start another tangent.
Well, they were also like, no, we're not doing, because it was a quesadilla thing. And they're like, no, we're not making quesadillas anymore. But the quesadillas were like right there.
Yeah.
They just wouldn't make it. And so now they've gone back and they said, no, we'll do it. And they're going to do a whole big thing with it because it does bring a lot of promotion and customers. But if there's not enough workers,
or if
then
it's just
not a
too
help.
much, if it's just too much trouble, then it's going to be. But talking of Chipotle, you've tapped on another one of my buttons, Nikki, that I need to let out.
Okay, what's the matter?
Have you seen all the new Chipotle commercials that are on now? I mean, they've been running for a couple months, and they just continue to irk me more and more.
I usually don't see too many ads. I don't watch a lot of commercials, so I haven't seen what's the new thing.
So you haven't seen, like, it's a series of commercials where it's like a person at Chipotle is just like a regular employee, and they're like glowingly talking about the food. They're like, it's the best guacamole anywhere. You come into Chipotle, you know that we're getting this guacamole. Or the one that's really bad is there's this one where it's a gal and she's cooking chicken on a flat top.
Yeah.
And she's like, you hear that? That's the soundtrack of Chipotle. And then
that's the one bothering you?
No, but she doesn't bother me. What bothers me is there's some unexplained, disembodied voice that you don't see. It's like the cameraman or whatever talking to her. And he talks in a few of the other commercials and he's like, yeah, Chipotle's fresh, isn't it? And she's like, yeah, it is. And it's like, why is that guy so creepy?
I don't know.
I don't know why they included that voice. It's totally unnecessary, and it really upsets me. That guy bothers me. I'm afraid, and I think you should stop bothering that lady and all the other people in the commercials.
You know what I feel like we just went through right now?
What's that?
Another person who didn't have a radio platform would have posted that on the Chipotle Facebook page. I feel like we were right there as you posted it to us. We just sat through the whole entire thing. This is who you are.
Oh, no.
You're mad.
Yeah.
You're grumpy.
But they shouldn't have creepy male voices in their commercials.
Just popping in on a commercial.
You know what it is? You know what this is? This is me and my food industry experience And there was creepy men that talked to me, and they'd be like, Panera's fresh, isn't it? While I toasted their bagel, and that's what this is coming out right now.
That's too much.
Yeah, and I couldn't talk about it then, but now I can.
I'm so glad we could be a part of it.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.